Hi there, welcome again to Kickstart TV. This is me, Amin again, and with me we have the most dangerous man in this planet, right? I saw some of his YouTube video and I got so freaked out after that. Okay, Glen Levy, welcome to Kickstart TV.
Thank you very, very much.
All right, thank you for being here today, and welcome to Kuala Lumpur.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
All right, this is your first time in KL? Or?
Yes, my first time in KL, and I love it. I actually love it.
What's the best thing about KL that you like so far?
I was going to say temperature, but we have had some humid days here recently that have altered my feeling somewhat. But the people, I think the people here are really open, really friendly, being really supported by everybody here. I do like the country. I actually do like the climate. My favorite thing, it may seem a little ridiculous, is the lightning storms. That's my favorite thing about KL. I love the lightning storms. Amazing to watch.
Okay.
So I'm always resisting, never completely at a state of relaxation until I go to bed. So if I am sitting down doing anything like an interview, or I'll squeeze my outside of my legs while I push my legs apart, or I try to bend forward and then push down on my legs so that I can't, so that all my muscle groups are really, really working at all the time. And it means I don't need to go to the gym. So I'm still keeping a building muscle just by sitting down and chatting.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's one of my favorite
So
ways.
it's like, there's a lot of pain involved in it.
Well, in the beginning, there has been a lot of pain. But when you learn what pain is and what it isn't, you start being able to reference it and its hold that we give on us, and that's a really important thing, is we actually give pain its strength by how we dictate what it is. When we first started training, there was a bit of pain, but when I realized that pain was growth, and as my teacher would say, is pain is just weakness leaving the body. When you referenced it like that and you knew that pain actually meant growth, then all of a sudden I stopped feeling pain and I started feeling awesomeness, which is what I call pain. So when I feel pain, it's just awesomeness. It's a way of my body teaching me that I'm growing.
What can we do to relate that to entrepreneurship?
Well, it's like anything. If it's cold calling, or if it's organizing meetings, or writing business reports, or things like that, things that you can find painful, as long as, and this is going to be slightly outside of the box, but with me, taxes. I used to hate doing taxes. That was my big thing. I wasn't very good with numbers, very good with my body, not so good with math. So I went about learning a lot more about math, learning more about tax by opening a bottle of red wine, putting on my favorite music, and actually drinking and learning and actually making the whole experience really enjoyable. Now, when I do my taxes, I love doing them because I can absolutely justify a day by myself drinking red wine, listening to music, and not feel guilty in any way whatsoever. So that's my day out to myself. It's like a meditation where I get to focus on the numbers and just enjoy listening to music and having a good time. So that's my personal one, but I'm crazy like that. But I guess the point is, if there is something that you're doing in entrepreneurship that is painful or difficult, all you have to do is find something in it or within it that you actually find interesting or fun. If there isn't anything you find interesting or fun, then add something that you find interesting or fun into it, whether it's music, having TV on in the background, or having a conversation with a friend while you're doing the work, just something that's going to add enjoyment to it. The other thing you can do is just reward yourself, having a reward for doing the work. So if it's some cheesecake, or if it's going to the movies, it could be anything, something that you really want, you just hold back a little bit until you've achieved the work that you were supposed to do, and then you go and reward yourself. And I like to do that throughout the day. So instead of one whole day's work and I'll reward myself, if I need one task done, I'll give myself a little reward. And then another task done, I'll give myself another reward, so that I'm constantly looking forward to finishing, knowing that if I have done it and I have succeeded, then I have something that is a reward for me, and it just kind of keeps me motivated.
And the reward can be anything. It can change over time.
It can absolutely change, and because the thing is, the value is yours, or the value is yours, and you have to find what that is. If every time you finish your tax return you buy a puppy, then that's your thing. I wouldn't suggest it, by the way. You can only have so many puppies in one place. But yeah, it's completely up to you what you use.
Okay. Any final word for our fellow Kickstarters?
Oh,
Yeah.
you're under an amazing program here. Keep up the good work and keep up the creativity. Think outside the box and also feel outside the box. A lot of the time in business, because it is structured in many ways, it's difficult sometimes to find where your emotions sit in this. So for me, I find play. If you can find an ability to play with everything, play with the rules, play with the learning, play with the information, you always have access to energy. Otherwise, when everything becomes a struggle and it becomes too hard, you lose the energetics and you lose the drive and passion and the motivation. So keep it light, keep it fun. I like looking at Richard Branson for a creator because he's just so playful with everything, yet he's juggling hundreds of businesses. So don't think that there is no time, because by all rights he should have no time either, but he seems to have enough time to be multi-millionaire. So I'd like to urge everyone out there to actually find your fun, find your excitement, find your passion, which is like finding your battery source for why you do what you do.
Okay, until the next edition of Kickstart TV, thank you very much, Glenn, for being here again.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll see you again. Ciao.